Welcome, everyone. Today we gather to face the obstacles that pulled us back and to ignite a spark deep within. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the pressure to be perfect or waited endlessly for that moment when everything seems to click? You are not alone. Many of us find ourselves trapped by promises of a sudden burst of energy that never lasts. Every day we hear that a wave of drive will lift us to new heights. Yet too often we stand still, frozen by doubt and fear. In this speech, we will challenge common ideas about what it means to be pushed by a feeling. We will uncover the truth behind that fleeting spark and discover a steadier force that comes from within. Today is not about waiting for the right moment. It is about seizing the present and building a life one step at a time. Let us leave behind the myth that we must wait to feel ready. Let us choose a new path where simple actions lay the groundwork for lasting change. Together we will break free from old habits and start shaping a future built on deliberate and everyday action. How many times have you waited to feel ready and missed your shot? Today I challenge you to see the truth behind the popular idea that a sudden burst of energy is the key to success. We are bombarded with messages that tell us to wait for a perfect moment, a perfect feeling before taking action. But the truth is clear: motivation is a fleeting emotion that disappears when challenges arise. Motivation won't save you when life gets hard. In fact, relying solely on this temporary spark often leaves you stuck in a cycle of inaction and disappointment. Every time you delay because you are waiting for the right feeling, you step further away from your dreams. The longer you wait for motivation, the further you drift from your goals. It is a lie sold to us by a culture that thrives on short bursts of energy, leaving us unprepared for real struggles. Consider the countless moments when waiting to feel perfect costs you an opportunity or a breakthrough. Instead of banking on a myth, recognize that waiting is a form of self-sabotage. The truth is that action, even when you do not feel fully charged, will burst strength over time. Real progress comes from stepping forward despite the lack of a warm, inspiring glow. So reject the illusion that a perfect mood will ever magically arrive. Embrace the idea that action, not motion, lays the foundation for a meaningful life. Let this be your wake-up call to take control now and not wait for a spark that may never come. You owe it to yourself to shatter the illusions that held you captive too long. Every missed moment is a wasted chance. Stand up and step forward, knowing power comes not from fleeting feelings, but from your determination to act. Imagine a small match, tiny and bright for a moment before it burns out quickly. That is how motivation works. It flares up, lights your path for a brief time, and then it's gone. You feel a spark, a flash of excitement, but before you know it, the light fades away. Now picture a bundle of firewood. Each log burns steadily, keeping the flame alive and warm through the night. Discipline is like that firewood. It does not rely on a quick burst of light. Instead, it builds a lasting fire that guides you through dark times. Every time you depend on a matchstick of motivation, you risk being left in the cold when challenges arise. One flickers, the other sustains. Think about every time you started strong and then quit just a week later. That moment of intense spark gave way to darkness because it was never meant to last. In contrast, when you fuel your journey with daily actions and steady habits, you create a fire that keeps burning no matter what happens. This steady flame pushes you forward even when the initial excitement fades away. It is a reliable source of heat and light that supports you through every setback. Remember, the matchstick of motivation might ignite your journey, but it is the firewood of discipline that keeps your dream burning bright. Let this image remind you that short-lived sparks are not enough to light a lasting path. Only steady fuel can carry you through every challenge. When has waiting ever brought results? Too many times we lie to ourselves by believing that a perfect moment of readiness will suddenly appear. We sit and plan, hoping that the stars will align before we take the first step. This habit of waiting is nothing but an excuse, a way to hide our fears. Stop preparing. Start moving. The idea that you need to feel completely ready is a myth that keeps you stuck in a loop of indecision. Every day you delay action, you let opportunities slip away. You tell yourself that one more day of planning will prepare you, but in all reality deepens the trap of inaction. You don't wait to feel ready. You get ready by doing. The more you postpone, the more you feed your fear and uncertainty. Instead, take one step forward even when you feel uncertain. Trust that small actions build courage and clear the path ahead. This is a wake-up call. There is no magical moment that will make everything perfect. The perfect time is now, and the only way out of the trap is to start immediately. Let your actions be the proof that waiting is just another excuse. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Relying on a spark of emotion to push you forward only leads to ups and downs. When the excitement fades, so do your plans. It is discipline that carries you through the rough patches and keeps you moving even when the fire of inspiration is low. Everyday simple routines and steady actions build a strong foundation that lasts. You might feel a burst of drive in the morning, but it can vanish by noon. That is why building habits that work without waiting for the perfect mood is crucial. Think of discipline as the steady hand that guides you on your journey. It is not the fleeting energy of motivation that wins, it is the persistent effort over time that makes all the difference. Day in and day out, your actions accumulate, slowly shaping your future. Instead of chasing a mood, focus on the small steps that compound into big changes. Embrace routines that become second nature. When you build habits that stick, you create a life where progress is a daily result, not a rhythm of occurrence. Remember, it's not the driven who succeed, it's the consistent. Let discipline be your guide every day, ensuring that no matter how you feel, you keep moving forward steadily. Build your day with simple, repeated actions that leave no room for doubt. With every step, you solidify your path and prove that true progress comes from sticking to your plan, no matter the ups or downs. Persist. Automate success. Stop negotiating with your goals. Habits are the rails your dreams ride on. When you set up routines that run on autopilot, you free your mind for bigger challenges. A small, repeated action can steer your life in a new direction. Instead of waiting for a burst of feeling, build a system that carries you forward every day. Let your habits take over, guiding you step by step without the need for constant approval. Start now and build a framework that keeps you moving forward regardless of how you feel. Let determination always drive you, no permission needed. Think for a moment, are your habits reflecting who you want to become? Every day, with each small action, you cast a vote for the person you are shaping yourself to be. It is not about a single monumental act, but the steady, persistent steps you take, each one, no matter how small, builds the foundation of your character. Imagine each decision as a brushstroke in the portrait of your life. Over time, these strokes add up to create the image of who you truly are. Consider the routines you follow without a second thought, the quiet act of rising early, the deliberate pause before a decision, the extra moment you give yourself to refocus. These are not just tasks to be checked off a list, they are reflections of your values and dreams. Every small habit you nurture is a building block of your identity. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. The real change lies not in waiting for an elusive spark, but in committing to these small daily actions that steadily forge your future. Change your habits and you change your future. Each small vote you cast is a step toward a new you. Big wins are built on boring routines. Every quiet, repeated action works silently behind the scenes to shape the outcomes of your life. When you overlook these small choices, you miss the chance to build the future you desire. If you neglect the small stuff, the big stuff never happens. Habits work like compounding interest. The effect is slow at first, almost invisible, until one day you see that every small decision has added up to create something undeniable. The little choices you make, the extra minutes spent on a task, the decision to push through even when it's hard, form a quiet engine that drives your results. Success isn't a sudden explosion of effort. It's a steady, unseen process that builds over time. Every small, repeated action brings you a little closer to your goal, even if you don't notice it right away. Stick with the routine and let the power of small actions guide you toward lasting results. Imagine habits as seeds planted in rich soil. You may not see a tree sprout overnight, but every day you water those seeds and unseen roots grow deeper, anchoring you firmly for the future. Small doesn't mean insignificant. Each repeated action reinforces the pattern that defines your life. Consider athletes who train daily, leaders who show up every day, or anyone who has quietly built success over time. Their progress wasn't sparked by one dramatic moment, but by the steady rhythm of repeated, simple efforts. Progress isn't always visible, but it's always happening. Every small step you take plants a seed that, with time, will blossom into significant change. Even when results seem slow, remember that each day's effort lays a brick in the path to success. Keep taking that small step day after day, and soon you will witness how the power of repetition turns tiny actions into extraordinary achievements. Ask yourself, what's more powerful, a flash of motivation or a system that works every day without fail? Design your day before the day designs. Instead of relying on unpredictable bursts of will, set up a clear blueprint that guides you no matter what. Imagine a system as your habit's GPS, keeping you on course even when distractions arise. When you build a simple, reliable routine, you take control of your life and steer it toward your goals. A well-designed system removes the guesswork from your day. It provides structure and clarity, turning ordinary moments into reliable steps forward. Every small, intentional action becomes part of a larger framework that drives you steadily ahead. Embrace a system that guides you every day and watch as it transforms routine actions into the building blocks of a successful life. Every day you wake up and promise yourself a fresh start, only to fall into the same loop of delaying action. How many times have you said, I'll do it tomorrow, or whispered, I need to feel ready? These phrases may seem harmless, but they hide a deeper truth. They are the seeds of inaction. Every time you choose to postpone, you build a wall around your potential. Why do you keep hitting the snooze button on your own life? Your delay is your decision. With every moment you choose to wait, you add another brick to the prison that confines your dreams. Think about it. When you tell yourself you can wait until the perfect moment, you're actually handing over control of your future to chance. You believe that waiting will somehow bring the ideal conditions, but in truth, waiting is a mask for fear. It is a way to dodge the risk of falling short, and in doing so, you rob yourself of the chance to move forward. Every reason you offer, every justification you make builds a barrier between you and the life you could be living. The belief that you will magically feel ready is a lie that steals your time and weakens your power. Nothing ever changes if you keep putting off what needs to be done. The more you delay, the more you become a prisoner of your own making. Your words of postponement become a steady rhythm that traps you in a cycle of missed chances and growing regret. Instead of seizing the day, you hand over your future to the comfort of inaction. It is time to face the truth. No one else is going to break the chain for you. Stand up and recognize that every justification you give is a choice to remain small. Your time is slipping away brick by brick, and it is up to you to tear down the walls and reclaim your life. Stop building your prison with false promises. Start acting now, because every moment wasted is a chance lost forever. Every moment that slips by when you choose to delay is a drop in the bucket of lost opportunity. The smallest act of putting things off can grow into a mountain of regret that shadows every part of your life. Picture a tiny leak in a boat that you barely notice at first. Over time, that slow leak turns into a flood, and before sinking off, what might have been. If you don't take control of your time will control you. It starts with seemingly minor decisions, opting to check your phone instead of focusing on the task at hand, or convincing yourself that now isn't the right time. These tiny choices pile up until what once seemed insignificant becomes the very reason you are stuck. Now is always the right time to act. Every moment you let slip by gives more ground to regret. In the end, it is not the big dramatic events that define your life, but the quiet, repeated choices to delay that steal away your future. Look inside, ask yourself, what are you so afraid of that you keep stopping yourself? Often the barriers that hold you back are not imposed by others, but built by your own hands. Deep down, you might believe you are not worthy of success, that you are destined to remain in a state of hesitation. This self-defeating behavior is like a shadow that follows you, making every effort seem pointless. It is a cycle that repeats. First you delay, then you distract yourself with trivial tasks, followed by offering reasons why you cannot do better, and finally settling into the familiar comfort of inaction. This pattern is not forced upon you, it is one that you create. It is time to break this cycle. Stand up, take charge of your own life, and refuse to let fear dictate your every move. It is time to break the cycle before it takes complete hold of you. The key is to take action, no matter how small. Interrupt the cycle, don't wait for it to break on its own. Start by setting a timer for 5 minutes. Commit to one task for just that short span. Often the hardest part is simply starting. Once you begin, the rest will follow. Replace your habits of waiting with habits of doing. Remove the distractions that feed your hesitation. When you feel the urge to delay, remind yourself that now is always the right time to act. Break down overwhelming tasks into small, manageable parts. This simple approach not only makes the work less daunting, but also creates a rhythm that carries you forward. Every small action chips away at the barrier that has kept you locked in delay. Each time you choose to act rather than wait, you reclaim a piece of your future. Every small step is a victory against the habit of delay. Your life does not wait for you to feel ready. You need to feel responsible. Embrace discipline as the engine that drives you forward. It is the steady hand that guides you when uncertainty looms and keeps you moving even when the fire of immediate desire dims. When you choose to act every day, you reclaim power over your time and future. Remember, you have the strength to direct your life. Every action, no matter how small, builds a bridge to a brighter tomorrow. Take hold of discipline, let it be the force that lifts you up and carries you forward. And know that now is always the right time. What if success didn't require more energy, just better systems? Every day you're told to rely on inner strength, to push through challenges using willpower. But willpower is like a phone battery, it drains quickly when you face a hard day. In the early hours you might feel a spark of drive, only to see that spark fade by midday. That quick burst of energy is unpredictable and tied to your emotions. The truth is clear. You don't need extra drive, you need a game plan. Instead of hoping for a sudden surge of strength, build a system that keeps you on course regardless of how you feel. Imagine having a reliable charger that keeps your phone powered up no matter what. That charger is your routine, your daily plan, the structure that supports your goals. Picture beginning your day with a set routine that doesn't depend on fleeting feelings. Every evening you prepare for tomorrow. Every morning you follow a series of actions that guide you through your tasks. With a system in place, you remove the guesswork from progress. You stop relying on a burst of will to start because your plan does the heavy lifting for you. Your progress becomes automatic, running like a machine even on tired days. This shift in thinking not only empowers you but also frees you from the cycle of brief spurts of energy followed by inevitable burnout. Ask yourself again, what if success didn't require extra energy, just better systems? It's time to take control with a clear plan and let your system carry you forward. When your habits are scattered, your energy will be too. Instead of piling on new tasks without order, attach new actions to routines you already have. Think of it like stacking building blocks. Each small habit connects to the next, creating a continuous chain of progress. For instance, as soon as you finish your morning coffee, take a moment to review your goals for the day. Use that quiet pause to set the tone for what follows. Later after lunch, carve out a brief moment to plan the afternoon. And in the evening, reflect on what you've achieved. These simple attachments build a system that supports growth without overwhelming you. Rather than forcing a major change all at once, start with small wins. Perhaps at a 5-minute reading session right after breakfast, or jot down one thought of gratitude after brushing your teeth. Over time, these small actions connect to form a pattern that drives you steadily forward. When you build on what's already there, you lay the foundation for lasting improvement. Systems sustain success. Start small, attach, and let your habits construct a steady path toward the future you desire. If your days are chaotic, your results will be too. Imagine a day planned like a blueprint, each hour mapped out so that distractions are minimized and focus is maximized. Time blocking is your day's blueprint. Without it, you're building blind. Begin by assigning specific time slots for different parts of your day. Set aside a block in the morning for personal routines, exercise, reading, or planning your day. Dedicate a distinct period for work tasks where you shut out interruptions and focus solely on your projects. Then, allocate time in the evening for unwinding and self-care. This method reduces the stress of constant decision-making and removes the burden of scattered focus. By knowing exactly what you're doing, and when you eliminate wasted time and keep your day under control, your calendar becomes more than just dates and appointments. It becomes a trusted coach, guiding you through your day with purpose and clarity. With time blocking, each moment is assigned a role, and you build structure that turns overwhelming chaos into clear, controlled action. If you're not keeping track of your daily actions, you're not taking your progress seriously. A simple progress chart or journal can show you the real effects of your daily habits. When you write down what you accomplish, you see the steady buildup of progress. Use a notebook, an app, or a physical checklist, whatever works for you to mark off each completed task. This visible record makes it clear that every small action counts. When you see your progress laid out, it becomes a powerful reminder that each step is moving you closer to your goal. What gets measured gets improved. Your daily tracking isn't about criticism, it's about clarity. It shows you where you're doing well and where you might need to adjust. A clear record of your actions reinforces your drive to stick with your system. By keeping track, you turn daily tasks into a series of wins that you can see and build on. Let your progress chart be the proof of your steady journey and the guide that helps you refine your approach along the way. Building a system that adjusts but never breaks means designing a routine that can bend without snapping. Your system is like scaffolding. It holds everything up even when the winds of change blow hard. It must be flexible enough to handle unexpected shifts in your day, yet strong enough to support your overall plan. Allow for minor adjustments without losing sight of your core actions. The key is to create a rhythm that persists through life's ups and downs. Systems sustain success when they are designed to adapt rather than shatter under pressure. Build a rhythm so strong, even life can't shake it. Embrace the idea that your system is not set in stone, but is built to evolve with you, ensuring that every small step continues to lead you toward your dreams. Imagine a runner in a race who starts at a lightning pace only to collapse before the finish line. Now think about a different runner who maintains a steady, unhurried pace, pushing forward day after day. What if the secret isn't in sprinting, but simply in refusing to stop? In a world that often celebrates quick wins, it's easy to be tempted by the allure of speed. But fast fades, steady builds, True achievement is not measured by how quickly you cross a finish line. It's built on the persistence of every small step taken over time. There is a quiet power in slow progress that many overlook. Each day, when you choose to move forward, you are laying a foundation that will support you for years to come. The pressure to secure dramatic wins in a short period can be overwhelming, yet lasting success grows slowly like a sturdy tree whose roots deepen with every passing day. Think of building a house not in a single burst, but brick by brick, each piece carefully set in place. Every minor decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. Every step, no matter how small, creates a future that is solid and lasting. Remember that every setback is merely a lesson in resilience. With each deliberate move, you learn, adapt, and grow stronger. The beauty of a measured pace is that it builds not only a future, but also a deep inner strength and patience. Trust in the process, knowing that every day's effort adds up to a lifetime of wins. Every day, the choices you make leave a mark on who you are. There is no secret formula. Simply, you are what you repeatedly do. Your actions, no matter how small, serve as the building blocks of your identity. Picture your habits as the bricks in your life, as the house being constructed one choice at a time. What story are habits writing for your future? Each decision, from the moment you wake up until you lay your head down at night, forms a sense in the story of your life. Consider the quiet moments that often go unnoticed: the decision to get up early, the extra minutes spent planning your day, or the way you handle small setbacks. These actions are not isolated, they create a continuous pattern that defines you. When you choose to act with purpose, you reinforce a version of yourself that is capable and strong. Over time, these habits form a blueprint that guides every aspect of your life. Reflect on the days when you made even the simplest choice to move forward. Each positive action builds a molasses, constructing a future that is solid and reliable. When you focus on small, deliberate actions, you invest in a future rich with purpose and strength. Let every choice you make reflect the future you want to build, one brick at a time. Every day you choose to show up, you build something far more valuable than merely reaching your goals. Showing up builds a sense of inner strength and self-respect that goes beyond external rewards. Imagine waking up each morning and following through on your plans. That simple act sends a clear message to yourself: you matter, your time is important, and your efforts count. When you show up every day, you create a ripple effect that transforms your inner world. It may seem like a small act, but over time it becomes the very foundation of a life filled with quiet determination. If you stay on course today, success will be with you tomorrow. Each day of follow-through builds a reservoir of inner calm, clarity, and resolve that no setback can shake. Think of the moments when you look back on your day with a sense of fulfillment, knowing you did what you set out to do. That feeling isn't about checking off tasks. It is the reward for honoring your own word. Each action strengthens the bridge between your current self and the person you aspire to be. Over time, the habit of showing up builds a resilience that carries you through every storm, reminding you that every day is a chance to reaffirm your worth. Show up. Every day, the emotional rewards of staying true to yourself grow deeper with each passing moment. In a world that praises nonstop effort, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. This isn't about going harder, it's about going longer. True success is built on a balance of drive and rest, where every day is measured not by exhaustion, but by a steady, measured pace that honors both work and well-being. You're not racing to a finish, you're learning to dance with time, moving gracefully through life without burning out. When you build habits that nurture both your mind and body, you create a life that sustains you over the long haul. Taking time to rest and recharge is not a sign of weakness, it is an essential part of your plan. Rest is not quitting, it is a vital piece of the process that keeps you aligned with your goals. By embracing a balanced approach, you ensure that every effort is sustainable and every win is built to last. Learn to value recovery as much as action. And you will find a rhythm that carries you through life without losing your spark.